ESAFF Uganda, with support from LVC Campesina, Southern and Eastern Africa, and Bezilur, has convened this national youth training. The training is going to run for 3 days, where we are going to look at these 3 aspects: political economy, agroecology, and communication.
So LVC Campesina believes that youth are major actors in the transformation of agroecology, or in advancing agroecology to a greater level, and that is why we are training the youth on these topics to be able to influence their policymakers, to be able to take action on adoption of different policies that are helping to advance agroecology, such as the UNDROP, the different strategies at the national levels of each country.
We are here, very many of us from different districts. There are very many youth who came from, there are some from Soroti district, some from Mayuge, some from Iganga, some from Gulu, Pade, and many others.
Agroecology is a practice. Agroecology is a movement. Are you getting it? So we have a home here. But in this home we need to eat. Are you getting it? So we move from here, we come here and dig or plant our things. Here we have our livestock. So the interaction we are talking about is, in terms of food, I'll come, dig here, or prepare my garden, or what. I harvest my things. These things I harvest here, I can take to livestock. I get food. From livestock, I get what? Manure.
According to what we learned, agroecology means a practice. It can either be a movement or a science.
In agroecology, it mainly involves the production of organic food in a way that it does not harm the environment.
We looked at also different principles of agroecology. For example, we talked about fairness. We have learned about also health, soil health, also animal health, and very many others.
The principle is biodiversity. Are you getting it? So with that principle, we are looking at a diverse arrangement of seeds, crops, and varieties. Are you getting it? Hybrids are not bad. Are you getting it? The problem we have is the genetic ones. The ones the engineer, the genetic modified seeds. Are you getting it?
Remember, the exotic breeds need much care and attention, and are easily affected by pests and diseases, together with the environment or the climatic changes. So how are we going to cope up to maintain these seeds, yet we are emphasizing on organic production of these crops? So how are we going to cope up with these new breeds of seeds that are being introduced?
Yeah, I think agroecology is very important and is very good. And I think if people really take it, it's going to help us, because it's going to help us to protect our environment. It's not going to be destroyed, as in people are going to learn better means of carrying out agriculture that will not be so destructive to the environment, and that is going to help us to conserve the environment and also protect our climate in general.
In political economy, we want people to understand what is socialism, what is communism. Then we also want them to understand the peasant struggles that are there. You find that in different communities, they are going through different struggles. So we want them to understand that, and also the aspect of economic part of it. How are these youth being affected economically? Talk about the market issues that are there in the community. But also, if you look at political economy, there is that interplay of power, how it affects the rights of people.
Political economy is a field that examines all that is driven by politics, economics, and society. Here to me, political economy, I would say this is an economy driven by people in positions, especially persons who are leading political positions. They're taking the affairs of the economy.
It means how political power influences economic activities, resources, and others.
Thank you, Jackie. So we realize that political economy is the relationship between politics, as someone said, and economics, and also the social structures or the society. So how they shape the economic outcome.
This is something we have learned about political economy, and political economy is majorly the relationship between politics and economics, and we are broken up into groups, and we are discussing on the different struggles that we are having in our communities. And as a group, we have shared a lot of challenges that include, for example, pests and diseases.
This political economy hinders farmers, specifically small-scale farmers, in a way that some get access to fewer resources, yet some, or let me say that those that are not of small scale get bigger portions of resources or access to resources. And this hinders the small-scale farmers from getting further with the farming practices.
We looked at the challenges that the peasants or the common people out there are facing. For example, limited capital. We also looked at lack of funding from the government, shortage of market, price fluctuation. This is mainly affecting farmers who are growing their products. By the time of harvest, you harvest your products and you find out that the market, the price has been, has fluctuated.
In this training, we are taking them through the United Nations Declaration of the Rights of Peasants and other people working in rural areas, that is the UNDROP, and so that they understand the different struggles, the different rights of peasants that are there, so that when they are in the community, they can advocate for these rights. Talk about right to land, right to seed, right to free movement.
UNDROP is based on the international legal principles of non-discrimination. It also outlines other recognized rights, in brackets, cultural, social, and economic rights that are enshrined in treaties which, under international law, are legally binding for signatory states.
UNDROP explains the international community's commitment to protect, fulfill, and respect peasants' human rights, including the recognition of the right of peasants, or the rights of peasant women and other women working in rural. We talked about inequalities and the people who are much subjected to inequalities, and we said women.
UNDROP help us to know our rights, help us to know the space that we need to involve in our voices, for a platform that encourage us to know what we are supposed to do as youth. We can hold government accountable because basing on UNDROP, the declaration that was made, because they participated in it, and we can hold them accountable. This is what we need as a youth.
So you realize that there is increasing global demand for organic products or for agroecological products. And this demand has been amplified by the media through their communications. Now, we also see there is a high increase globally in the rise of non-communicable diseases. These diseases that come up as a result of our poor feeding habits. See? So we've realized a need to talk to youth and teach them about communication. So when they go out there, they can talk to their counterparts using the skills on communication we've imparted onto them. As ESAFF Uganda, we believe in having a strong youth forum that are able to influence policies, that are able to advocate for youth issues from grassroots to national level.
First of all, they have taught us here how to communicate and how to handle people. This is what I'm going to use. How am I going to speak with people? How are they going to be interested in my topic or in my information I'm sharing with them? How am I going to handle people of different categories? So what we have learned today, it has lifted my minds. It has made me a different person.
Now from today's session, I have learned on communication methods, which I am going to go and implement with my team from Bukiende Agroecology School on the modes of communication, how to prevent communication barriers.
We have convened not only youth, but also we have local leaders with us attending the training because we believe that when youth get their issues that they are advocating for, then they go back to the community. They are going to work hand in hand with the local leaders to ensure that their issues are addressed.
As an extension worker in Mbale district, the good thing I have been a part of this training, I'm going to work with the youth that have been trained here and help them come up with a model that will enable them communicate to the communities where they have come from, such that we can make our communities aware of issues surrounding agroecology in Mbale district.
I'm excited that the participants have visited this Community Agroecology School, that is Bukiende Community Agroecology School, and they have learned the different agroecological practices. They were taken through how to produce and use organic pesticides and fertilizers.
I came with my colleagues or my youths from agroecology training. I invited them in our community school to know what we exactly do on the ground.
This is what it means to put into practice what we studied in class in our training with the real practices. This is compost manure. As you see it here, it is made from a mixture of animal droppings from cows, goats, together with the urine. As also you see here, some plant materials which we also mix with grass. You see also these are the banana leaves. The activities you have seen here, you can relate with the principles that we looked at in class. One of the principles is diversification. Diversification in this farm we can see is, we are seeing the animals, we are seeing the kitchen garden, we are seeing agroforestry, useful trees, we are seeing also we see water harvesting, we also see the hens here, which is poultry. So all that one is diversification.
And also when we went to the agroecology club, they were able to learn through poetry, where they were presented with, the learners presented poems on agroecology, and also the things that they are doing in the agroecology club. We saw that in the agroecology club they are practicing piggery, they are also having poultry farm, and we saw how this interact in an agroecological way. Now that youth are going back, we want them to go and mobilize other members, train them on agroecology, train them on communication. In other words, to relay this information that we have given to them to other members or other youth in the community.
Here in our field, the field visit here, I have seen the science, I have seen the practice, the activities they have done, and it's us to go from here after seeing this to push the movement.